Faces are possibly the most important visual stimuli that we perceive. The moment you see a person's face, you can infer their race, age, mood, identity, and possibly their gender expression. Always ask. Unless, of course, you have prosopagnosia, aka face blindness, where you can't tell familiar or unfamiliar faces apart. Prosopagnosia is important because severe sufferers of the disorder have reported difficulty recognizing not only faces, but also animals and objects like cars. Do you have a friend who can see a car and be like, that's a 1995 Subaru Outback two-door with a leather interior? Or a friend who could look at a dog and be like, 50% American Staffordshire, 50% Coton de Tuileries? Well, these people have too much time on their hands, but more importantly, they have expertise for these objects and animals that they probably learned over time. The same nodes in our brain linked to facial recognition also help us distinguish animals, objects, and even car types. These areas discovered using FMRI include the occipital face area, the fusiform face area, superior temporal sulcus, and an old friend, the amygdala. Those parts of the brain light up because the way people build expertise for dog breeds and cars is the same way we do it for faces. If you're consistently around diverse faces, you can more easily tell them apart. If not, we call this sociological and psychological phenomena own race bias. The theory of own race bias posits that people tend to be better at recognizing faces from their own race than across races. We're talking about race here as a combination of socially significant physical features because we all know by now there's no biological basis to race. Right? Own race faces are better remembered when compared with memory for faces of another, less familiar race, and this is called the CrossRace Effect, and it starts mad early. In 2013, a group of researchers found that babies as young as 2 months old prefer faces compared to other geometric shapes. This shows that even as a baby, we're building facial expertise. But if you're building your facial expertise up from a young age in a racially homogeneous community, those are all the faces you know, so of course you know your racial in-group extremely well. As for anyone outside of your race, you'll have a tough time, my guy. See, Mama told me I'm not racist. First of all, I did not say that. CRE does exist, but it's not a blanket excuse for not telling people apart. This goes all the way from telling Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis apart to being able to discern between two Asian coworkers. Even I've been confused with my friend Yodoye, and we don't look the same. We're just black at the same time. Not only that, but the cross-race effect makes eyewitness testimony less reliable because what if the dude on the stand can't tell black or Asian people apart and someone gets wrongfully convicted? Some evidence shows that simply being aware of the CRE can help your brain focus on more subtle differences of faces and thus treat people in other race groups as individuals and not just people who are part of a monolithic other group. The cross-race effect is something to keep in mind when you can't tell people from another race apart, but it shouldn't be an excuse for not trying. After all, if you can tell Pokemon cars and dogs apart, you can definitely tell me and Yodoye apart. I mean, both devilishly handsome, but like we just aren't the same person. Hey, what's up? Thanks for hanging. Speaking of facial recognition, do you think your DNA could be giving away what your face looks like? Check out this video right here to find out if your DNA is out here snitching on your face. Be sure to subscribe to Seeker for more hot science content every single day.